First off, yes, I know this is the only motorized Rosie I have, but I just had to do this custom. I mean, it looks kind of like a good idea to me. And also, second, I I also have a broken Rosie on the side here. Let me just there you are. I have this broken Rosie, basically, and I lost a screw basically, but still I got managed with this one, so it's not that bad. You know, so I have plans for this Rosie if I'm going to be using her in early seasons, like if I'm going to be remaking the episodes for that she were in, that she was in before she turned red. I'm going to use this, and I have, let's say I have a lot of yo-yos for lots of things, and I can use one of those to get my Rosie to move. But my Rosie's a little worn on her gears, which means she barely manages to move properly. Which means I would have to manually push her to make her wheels show that she's actually moving, or I would just have to use the rope and just depend on the tracks that she's on to help her wheels move, basically. But never mind that. I decided, you know what, might as well do what I like. And customizing is one of my favorite things to do, especially with a character which I kind of think is highly anticipated. I mean, I don't think anyone's been thinking I've been doing this. In fact, I've been giving lots of hints to her, as well as some other guys. A lot of characters you see in the other custom spotlights. But anyways, welcome back to my next custom spotlight. And we're going to be focusing on Red Rosie. And I've also added some extra details to her. So let's get started on her. Now, Rose is different from all the other characters apart from Timothy. That the one thing that adds with Timothy's looks is the lamp on top. I did the same thing with, I did basically the same thing on her, basically. Now, granted, the lamp doesn't look, it just doesn't look that well, because as you heard in like my Timothy version video, I said that the lamp was a little chipped from me trying to cut it off, basically. It's kind of like the same thing, but it's more shorter because of it takes long periods of time just to get it to work properly. But I might admit it looks fine enough for a whole season of her, basically. I don't know. Anyways, as you see here, I added some extra side rods, extra piece of a side rod. Just basically used 2 pieces of tape for this side, taped it up together, and used some tape on there and a couple up there. I painted the wheels red and white for the rims. I kind of messed it up on the rim areas on these sides. You can tell very good on the middle wheels. But I did manage to get that thing right. I kind of messed up with the yellow lining because I kind of bruised off when I tried to tap it on, test it up. As you see here, Northwestern Railway. You can't see it that well, but it's there. It's still there. And 37 on the side. Make the lamp gold on this side. Add the three white stripes on her. Windows as well. Sides look good. Did the same thing on this side, but I just used one complete piece of paper with this one. And those are just holders for the things, for the pistons. Those are pistons on top, but I decided, you know what, might as well put the pistons on, might as well put it under the piston things. Sides, basically the same thing. Didn't do anything on the top. The back looks good. Basically made it red with some white lining on the windows as well as black for the interior windows. Fill lining again. I may admit, this is one of my better customs because I made the lamp in the proper position. I still kept her normal face from the early 2000s, I think. I think that's when she was released. Doesn't say right here, but it looks like the early 2000 Rosie, like 2009 something. I don't remember her that well, but I remember getting her in the packaging. She looks kind of cool. I also gave her the white writing board to make her more accurate. And yeah, she's a good runner. Let's just listen to her engine, basically. And of course, the side rods do work. I tested them a lot of times in the past, and they work properly. Now, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna be doing test runs with these, so I can show you what I mean in the near future. But just hold up. Yep, it works. Those side rods do work. Sorry. Sorry, it's really hard to turn off an engine when you're holding it. And basically, you have one camera in your hand, basically, and you have something else in your other hand. It's really hard to control something like this. It's really hard to turn them on and off at the same time, basically. But other than that fault, you could say I am having a ball with my customs. Now, my earlier customs didn't go really that well, and I may admit this one doesn't look like a masterpiece itself, but I can still guarantee to say that it looks somewhat like an actual lady. No, not actual lady. Getting confused with two ladies, two specific girls. Rosie. I think this is a good custom Rosie. She has her golden lamp, although it's not that completely accurate to her actual lamp in the television series, but still, it's still a lamp. In fact, I don't even think it's supposed to be accurate. I kind of like this. Now, I know that the Playrail version is out, and I can get that, but you don't understand my case here. I'm not the richest person, so you could just say that I'm not the richest person in the world. My parents, there's a reason why I can't film that well. It's because I live in a weird, it's not even an apartment, it's like a trailer, basically. I really don't have much here. The reason why I managed to get everything you see in my videos is because my parents are so generous. And basically on my birthdays and Christmases, I get stuff that's interesting. And when it's not Christmas, I just get like one thing or two, if I'm lucky, for like Bill and Ben's case, basically. Or Diesel 10 Lady, basically. But still, I think it's a good video. I think all my videos are good. I think this custom from all things has really improved. I think I improved a character that really didn't make sense in the television series, because I saw a video on like a person explaining or telling us that that lady's red paint job ruined the timeline, basically. So maybe I can try to clear it up. So James, let's just pretend that James didn't. Let's just pretend that James thought that Rosie was still pink when he was going to get his goods trained to the mainland, basically, to Bloomington Goods Yard, and that he saw a lady have the Northwestern Railway someone. He just thought that she must have just had it. She must have got those in a random time, and then in season, and like he never sees her again afterwards. Then then afterwards, I don't. The timeline kind of. I'm trying to make the timeline make sense. I'm just assuming that James didn't know that Lady got a new paint job beforehand, basically. Am I wrong? Am I wrong to assume this? I don't know. It's just And maybe in Big World, Big Adventures, Edward is there to support everyone. And Thomas being gone, basically, in the world, going around the world, basically. Still, I kind of consider the chance of this possibly being my Fuhrer. I don't know. I'm just trying to disprove something that people think that Lady Rosie ruined the timeline. I keep getting Rosie and Lady confused, so I don't know why. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know why I was going to go with that. Anyways, that's basically it for my custom spotlight for this episode. I really didn't have much to show off here. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video because I'm going to be doing some test runs with these engines that I showed you in my custom spotlight. Maybe not the Steam Team engines or Timothy, Roger, or Thomas. Maybe some of the side characters like Bill, Ben, with Duck, and Rosie. Basically, Rosie especially because she's the newest, the main, the a complete repaint. Aside from Bill, Ben, Duck, and with they just got like accurate paint schemes, like running boards basically. Now, I don't think Whiff's considered a good engine as well because he just got a proper paint over on his scratches. Basically, you would understand if you were a person doing this all. But anyways, that's all for my YouTube channel. Not all for my YouTube channel, just this video, basically the premise of it. I really don't know what to say now. I really have not considered what I should do. This announcement I'm gonna be doing in the next video is gonna be something you'll never ever imagine me doing. Well, I'm gonna take the sacrifice. I'm gonna be trying to make this work in my YouTube thing because I don't have a schedule for videos. I just do it randomly when I have some ideas at hand. Or if I want to upload something today, I would have to wait a few hours and it would go to the next day basically. Still, it's still a good schedule for me. But until then, this is Cars Jaden saying peace.